This YCN segment is brought to you by Mount Sunapee Resort. Fun for all seasons.
YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by HR Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your home energy specialist. La Valley Building Supply, home improvement and construction from concept to completion. Top Stitch Embroidery, the best for your team, and so much more. And by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire.
Welcome back. YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide, as we are set to begin the second quarter of action. Kearsarge Cougars with the ball just at the 20-yard line of the Tigers. Cougars trailing 14-0, trying to get on the board here and cut into this Tiger lead. Hand off to Seaholm. He'll break free just a little bit over the line of scrimmage. Be a few yards, but not quite back to the original line of scrimmage. With it will now be 4th down and long. Got to imagine, Andrew, that they'll be going for it here. At this point, you're deep enough in Newport territory. The field goal is a little too long, and at this point, get the touchdown, get the first down, or just go back and play defense.
Right, definitely agree with that. They're definitely far down the field, so it wouldn't be the end of the world if they didn't get it.
Jestro dropping back to pass, has a man open, but defended nicely, and that is Ethan Hood coming over the top of the receiver and knocking the ball away.
Pass, Newport takes over on down.
That was close. He got there just at the right time. If he gets there a little bit earlier, that could be a pass interference.
Right, yeah, nice job by Hood, and never easy to defend a 6'4" tight end and Kyle Hernan, but nice job by Hood, and especially after some kind of injury before, nice to see him coming back and making a big play there. Could have possibly resulted in a touchdown if he hadn't been there, but made the nice play and avoided the flag.
So Newport will take over with the ball at their own 19-yard line. 11:17 to go in the first half, leading 14-0. Hood gets the snap. He'll hand off to Tebow, cuts it outside immediately, and then he's chased out of bounds. And it will be spotted, I believe, at the 20-yard line. He just barely had stepped out of bounds, and a little bit of tackling out of bounds, but the refs understood that it was a close play and there was no personal fouls.
So Cole's he's taking the first guy that's showing, but it's leaving the next guy.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and about 8 or 9. Hood under center. This time he hands to the up man, who runs right into a wall of defenders at the line of scrimmage, really getting nothing there, bringing up 3rd and long.
Number 15, Logan Seaholm on the tackle for the Cougars.
Maybe they gave him a yard, so call it 3rd and 8. Well, another big play for the Cougars if they can get a stop here.
Yeah, that would be a big stop, and Newport would be forced to punt. Kearsarge would have pretty good field position. Let's see what happens.
So big defensive play here. One receiver up top in single coverage, one down bottom, and Hood is looking to the right. He never took his eyes off the receiver in one-on-one coverage, and he went down. A big sack there for the Cougar defense, knocking Newport way back inside their own 5-yard line.
And I believe that was Ryan Ellis and Zachary Goen over there. Nice job by them, really pushing Newport quarterback very far back. Hood probably should have just gotten rid of that ball, but now the Tigers are way far back.
And Newport does not look like they're punting it here. They're going to try and move it forward or maybe snap it out of the end zone.
I guess there was a turnover. Kearsarge ball.
Don't know how we missed that one, Andrew, but first game, going to get our eyesight checked.
Fumble
So
recovery.
Kearsarge on the goal line now. Trying to put one in and cut this deficit in half, and there's Magestro off right tackle, and he's in for the touchdown. Cougar touchdown, just a 2-yard gain, and just like that, the defense puts the offense in scoring position, and the offense takes care of business.
Nice job by Kearsarge, really getting back into this game, and really the last probably about 15 minutes has been mostly Cougars here. Kearsarge scoring the first touchdown from offense. As Newport scored on the pick 6 and special teams kickoff return.
Kick is blocked. So Magestro with the touchdown. Short little 2-yard scamper. Cutting into the Newport lead. And like you said, Andrew, after the opening few minutes, it's really been Kearsarge who's stepped up big, and their offense has really stepped up. Obviously, the Tigers scoring on the special teams and then scoring on the defense, as you just mentioned. Tigers, they want to start moving the ball on offense.
Yeah, they really do, and Tebow's been effective, but we saw one fumble turnover, and it's just been stopped a lot of times when it's really mattered. Kearsarge doing a phenomenal job. They looked a little skittish at first, but they've calmed down since that last one. Over the last few minutes, we haven't seen any penalties from Kearsarge, so it's of course a positive.
So Kearsarge will be kicking off. Back deep to receive, 2 Newport returners. We've already seen one of them, number 24, John Tebow. He knows what he's doing when he gets the football. See who they kick it to here. Kick is away, and I believe they get that one to Tebow. He's trying to cut back across the field, breaks one tackle. Another guy wraps him up, and he's still standing. And you have about 9 Cougar defenders in on the tackle.
Number 24, John Tebow on the return.
Little scrum there in the middle of the field after that tackle.
Tackle for the Cougars. Newport first down.
Could see Tebow's elusiveness there, fighting through a ton of contact.
Really kind of surprised that they would kick it. It looked like that kick was going directly toward Tebow. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but you would think that they would do everything they could to keep it away from him.
Yeah, and maybe it was unintentional, but Kearsarge at least stopping him before midfield. That's a victory right there. As Newport will take over on Kearsarge's about 33-yard line.
So first down and 10 for the Tigers. Last time they had the ball, turned it over and set up the Cougar touchdown. See if they have some better luck on this drive. Hood will keep it, rolling out right, flag on the field. He'll get about 8 yards, but there is a ball.
This YCN segment is brought to you by New London Hospital, an affiliate of Dartmouth Hitchcock.
Welcome back, YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide, 9:19 to play in the first half. Cougars trail the Tigers 14-6. And I don't know if that was a forward pass, and it was. The refs will call that a forward pass, incomplete. Cougars may have caught a break there.
Yeah, I think they did, and for a second it looked like that ball was live, but the refs called it dead. Definitely don't want to recover a fumble and then give it up on that
Right.
following play.
So the Cougars now at the 45-yard line of Newport. Good field position to start this drive, and it would be huge here for Cougars if they can score a touchdown and make this, maybe even tie it with a 2-point conversion. Magestro with the pass, it's low, and it does hit the ground there before Emerson Tyler could get to it. So that'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Today's coverage is being brought in part by Echo Communications. Call them for all of your printing needs, and thank all of our advertisers for their support.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 10. Cougars not having much luck throwing the ball on this drive. 0 for 2. See if they keep it on the ground where they've had some success. Magestro will keep it. Getting chased out to the right side. He turns the corner. Makes one man miss. And it's not going to be enough for the first down, but a good yardage nonetheless.
It'll be 4th down.
And that'll bring up 4th and about 4 yards. So obviously able to convert that. Nothing too much. And once again, deep in Newport territory, you'd think you'd be running the football here or running a play. 8:33 to play in the second quarter. Newport leading Kearsarge 14-6 in the opening game of the 2017 season. Coach Matthews wants to
Timeout, Kearsarge.
talk it over, so he'll take a timeout. We'll step aside as well. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Bubba's Bar and Grill on Lake Sunapee in Newberry Harbor.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide, as the Newport Tigers lead the Kearsarge Cougars 14-6, 8:19 to go in this first half.
If you miss any of our shows on our 3 YCN network stations, you can always watch our programs and games anytime on our website at ycnnow.com.
4th and 4 for the Cougars out of the timeout. Shotgun goes to Magestro. He gets bottled up in the backfield, turns the corner, tries to make something out of nothing, and he's not going to be able to get anywhere. So that'll be a turnover on downs for the Cougars.
Newport takes over on downs.
So after the fumble recovery for the Cougars, they aren't able to capitalize, and they give it back to the Tigers.
Seems like a lot of times tonight, Magestro has been kind of rushed in what he's trying to do. Kearsarge line getting pushed around a little bit. But you got to credit the Cougars. They have not given up in this game, and it looked like Newport is maybe going to run away with this one, but Kearsarge really bearing down, and right now just a one-score game, really anybody's game. The Tigers really trying to put some points on the board with their offense.
So 1st and 10 for the Tigers. It's across the 35-yard line.
Nice.
Run there by Tebow, and he's tackled.
Nice job
Number
by
24, John Tebow on the carry for Newport. Tackled by
Brody
number 25,
Mulligan right there
Mulligan.
making the tackle. Good thing he did, because it looked like there was going to be some space for the running back to run.
No.
Mulligan having a nice game defensively to start off this game.
So as we approach halfway through this second quarter, Newport trying to reclaim some of that momentum they had in the early going. It seems to have stalled, and their offense really has not done much, as you see right there. Tebow getting
Number 24.
wrapped up, maybe getting a yard or two. It'll bring up
On the carry for Newport. Number 15, Logan Seaholm.
3rd and
Newport 3rd down.
5 or 6.
That was Seaholm and Tucker in on the tackle in that play. Kearsarge defense looking very good.
Big 3rd down here. You got to imagine if Newport doesn't convert here, they'll be punting it away to the Cougars, as they are obviously on their own side of the 50. Man goes in motion, handoff to the Tiger running back, and he is wrapped up by a couple defenders. Tebow not able to get anything going, and all of a sudden,
On the tackle for the Cougars.
that'll bring up 4th
Newport 4th down.
and about 4, and now we have a decision for Coach Boone.
Yeah, this is a tough call to make. Aren't quite midfield, so it would give the Cougars very good field position if there was turnover on downs. It looks like they're going to punt. Probably the smart move. Can't risk the Cougars scoring so easily.
Punt just gets away.
Get outfield!
Riley Avery lets that one bounce, and it's going to roll all the way inside the 15-yard line. And Tigers, with a fortunate bounce there, Avery kind of ran away from that thing. He didn't think it was going to stay in play. I guess he figured maybe it would roll into the end zone. So he let it go, and he's getting talked to on the sidelines, just trying to explain that play, and had a lot of space. I was surprised he didn't pick that one up.
Yeah, he must have thought it was going to take a funny bounce and really go backwards, but there was a lot of space behind him. Probably not the best move, but Kearsarge way back, but let's see if they can get some yardage here and move into Newport territory.
So first down and 10 for the Cougars. Inside 6 minutes to play in this second quarter.
If they call the timeout, don't they have to use it?
Drops back is Magestro. He's going deep.
Ooh.
Had a man. That was Emerson Tyler,
That'll be
but it was just a little bit overthrown.
It looked like Magestro was trying to call a timeout right before that play. Not sure exactly what happened, but Cougars clearly not going with a timeout. Magestro just overthrowing his receiver. Let's see what they decide to do here on 2nd and 10.
Magestro in the shotgun. He'll take the snap.
Here it comes.
Handoff looked like that one went to Tyler, and he'll go up the middle for about 4 yards. Bring up third down and 6.
For the Cougars.
Next week's YCN Game of the Week travels to Bellows Falls as they take on Brattleboro, and the following week YCN will be in Middlebury as they take on St. Johnsbury. Game of the Week premieres every Saturday night on YCN.
So third and long here for the Cougars. Really need to pick this first down up if they want to keep some momentum. And the handoff inside to Seaholm. He breaks a couple tackles. He's into the secondary. Another guy misses. Tebow finally forces him out of bounds. But not before he picks up
Cougar, first down.
17 yards. Ball will be spotted just across the 35-yard line, maybe at the 36, first down. And a nice third down conversion for the Cougars.
Well, nice run there by Seaholm, and Coach Matthews clearly likes that, and his big running back.
Coward. Nice.
Handoff there on the inside goes to number 27, Brody Messer.
Number 27, Brody Messer on the
Wrapped
carry
up
for the Cougars.
immediately.
Second down.
No gain for Kearsarge.
YCN is now affiliated with the Heroes and Network. YCN is now affiliated with the Heroes and Icons Network. H&I is your destination for television's heroic characters and iconic stars, drawing from timeless classics as well as from more contemporary TV. All eyes are on H&I.
Little mix-up there in the backfield as I think Magestro was trying to hand off to one guy. The other guy was in there. I didn't see who it was, but
Number 5, Gavin.
definitely some miscommunication. And then Magestro just had to try to make something happen and was not able to, as the Newport defense had penetrated into the backfield. So bring up third and long.
Yeah, Newport's done a nice job of getting to the Kearsarge quarterback. Seaholm has had a lot of nice plays running through the Newport defense, but Tigers getting to Gavin Magestro and really keeping him off balance.
So third and about 15, Magestro drops back in the shotgun, and he is hit almost immediately. And he takes a big hit there.
It's getting off like a rocket.
Number 71, Daniel Merritt, in on the tackle. Sophomore, or excuse me, junior defensive lineman. So that'll bring up fourth down, and the Cougars will have to punt.
Merritt getting off.
Kearsarge's O-line is struggling a little bit at times here tonight. But for the most part, if created some nice holes for Seaholm to run through. He's got to protect their quarterback.
Seaholm back to punt. Punt is away, and this one not able to be fielded very nicely. That was number 42, John Gervais, who kind of botches that one, and he's not able to get much after he recovers it. So it'll be Newport ball just across the 50-yard line. 2:34 to go in the half. We'll take a break. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer.
Welcome back. YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide. Newport Tigers taking over on the punt on the Cougar 49-yard line. Trying to get an offensive touchdown. Ball is out, and all over it is number 58 for the Cougars, Damian Petrie. Or maybe it was number 59, Ryan Ellis. Couldn't see. But either way, Cougar ball. First offensive play after the punt, and Newport turns it over.
Huge play for the Cougars here, and now with just under 2.5 minutes remaining in the half, they have a good chance to put some more points on the board. Really, Kearsarge, well, both offenses have really struggled at times tonight. A bunch of turnovers. It's been a defensive effort.
Snap was low, picked up nicely by Magestro, and then he pitches it to Seaholm, who's got plenty of room, cuts around the corner, gets the first down and more before he's pushed out of bounds on the far side.
Cougar first down.
And it's a first down to the 45 of the Tigers.
Well, nice job by Seaholm again, rolling out to his left. A nice pitch by Magestro. It's really an underrated move just to pitch the ball out, make it easy for your running back to catch it.
Seaholm in motion. This time Magestro keeps it, gets one block. He's into the second level.
Gotta take a better angle than that.
Number 5, Gavin Magestro on the carry.
And Magestro picks up 8 yards. So maybe the Cougar offense has found something in trying to exploit a Tiger weakness.
Yeah, it looks like the Kearsarge defense has definitely figured it out. If the offense can follow, it'll be a tie game.
Magestro drops back. He's looking deep, has a man. He's double covered, but almost completes it. Noah Cooper almost on the receiving end of that one. And I'll tell you right now, Magestro is not afraid to go deep. He's tried that move a couple times to no avail.
Yeah, and Newport's Dylan Palmer and Ethan Hood on that play, playing superb defense. That would have been a big gain for Kearsarge, so nice job by them.
Timeout on the field.
Newport wants to take a timeout, so with 1:37 to go, we'll take one as well. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
YCN.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Harris Family Furniture in Plymouth, Laconia, and Chichester.
Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide, as we're inside the last 97 seconds of this first half. Cougars trailing 14-6 and driving here, trying to tie this game. Seaholm had an opening, but he was stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Number 15, Logan.
And that was John Tebow in on the initial hit. Seaholm broke free, but then was tackled for no gain.
Fourth down.
4th and 2. Cougars going for it here in the hurry-up mode. They give it to Seaholm. He almost trips, but then he is able to break free for the first down. Barrels over the defender.
Yeah.
Number 15, Logan Seaholm on the carry for the Cougars. Throw another Cougar.
Seaholm really
First
looking for
down.
contact as he runs. Really a big guy and plowing through Ethan Hood there.
And once he gets into that secondary of the Tigers, he is so much bigger.
Right.
And really no reason for him to shy away from contact at that point. Ball does get fumbled out of bounds, but it'll remain Cougar ball. Stops the clock, 1:09 to play in this half. 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Snap to Magestro, pitch out wide to Seaholm.
Pitch.
Guess he does get to the corner. It looked like he was going to be chased out of bounds by the defender, but he does get to that corner on the far side, and the spot is good enough for a first down, 3 or 4 yards beyond the marker. 1st and goal inside the 10.
And on those pitch out plays, it really looks like the Tigers are just about there to blow up the play, but Kearsarge just able to get it off. And Magestro, as I was saying earlier, nice job with the pitch. It's not an easy play. It is a short little kind of pass, but did it nicely there, and it got him a first down and goal.
So first and goal here, low snap. Magestro picks it up. He's going to run it. Got one defender to beat into the secondary, and he's pushed out of bounds just at the 1 yard line.
Nice job by Magestro there, seeing the space toward the right side. I did think he was going to cut back in and really try to get that touchdown, but goes out just about, looks like the 2 yard line.
So inside a minute to play. Second and goal. Magestro in the shotgun snap. He'll take the snap. Rolls to his right, looking to pass. And he does throw it up there.
Ooh.
Somehow he had a receiver, and Seaholm had the awareness and the presence of mind to jump forward. And they did call it a completion, but a penalty on the Cougars, so the holding penalty.
Against Kearsarge.
I don't know if Zach Matthews wants his QB doing that too many times.
Right, it was a risky play. I was thinking Magestro was just going to try to throw it out of bounds, get the ball away. But he kind of pushed it forward, and the ball seemed to float in the air forever, but Seaholm came down with it.
And even if he takes a sack there, it's fine. I mean, obviously you don't want to lose the yardage, but
It's like
even
a holding call on Kearsarge.
So that's going to knock them back. But down won't count, so you'll have second down over again, and obviously 4 down territory, so you got 3 plays here.
Right.
And the way they move the ball. But Magestro has to take a seat as the clock was stopped due to his injury, I believe. Or
Reception number 3, Kyle Herndon on the play.
And it looks like number 10, Jack Jala, I believe that's how you say it, is in at quarterback. Hopefully Magestro's okay. He did go down with an injury last year that kept him out for 7 games.
yeah, Magestro's coming back in. It was
yeah,
just
there
the
he is.
one play where he had to sit out. So with 32 seconds to go, Cougars ball 3rd and goal from the 7. Obviously 4 down territory here if you're the Cougars. Magestro dropping back, nothing available, and he's hit from behind. I don't know who got the sack there. Maybe number 61, Peter Tebow, brother to John Tebow. And here we go, 4th and goal. Last play of the half. We have inside 10 seconds. Got to snap the ball. They're going to try and kick a field goal here. I don't think they're going to get the play off. They do get it off, and it is no good. So the last 15 seconds, very poorly mismanaged there by the Cougars, and you can see Coach Matthews is not happy on the sidelines. Had the ball inside the 5 yard line at one point. Newport, give them credit, great defense there, knocking them back, and at halftime we have the score of the Tigers 14, the Cougars 6. North Sutton, New Hampshire, Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide, you're watching the YCN Game of the Week.